to BLPA Big Show. Hockey, sports, life for the adult athlete. Powered by the Beer League Players Association. Follow us at the BLPA.
Everybody, just follow.
Keep connected with us. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You dig that?
Follow
On every social media outlet. And make sure you follow the crew on Twitter. Nick at Nicker Jones. Jason at Beer League Jason. And Jillian at BLPA Jillian. Let's get it.
Welcome to the greatest hockey show in the world. Good week, everyone. Oh, I'm going through puberty. Hey, I instead of sports, I did hockey show in the world, and this is why. I've been catching shit because they said there's not enough hockey. So we're gonna talk about some fucking hockey right now. We're gonna start.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, here. That's not Jillian's baby crying. That's
Connor.
Not, no.
Connor, is that you?
That's all the Oiler fans crying about Connor McDavid getting a penalty for being a fucking donkey. Have you seen the hit?
I saw the hit. You specifically asked me about this, and here's what I'm trying to separate for you. You hate the Oilers. If he was on a team that you liked, would you agree with the call or not? Because, well, let's spell it out a little bit for the people who may not have seen the clip.
All right, so Connor McDavid's doing what Connor McDavid does.
Playing hockey.
Yeah, he ran into a guy. Oops, ran into you. Like, I don't know how to skate. I'm Connor McDavid. Ran to the guy. They got tangled up. It's Connor Garland. Connor Garland kind of gave him the old howdy do with the wrap up because it was late in the game and he's trying not to get Connor McDavid to score. Got him wrapped up. They got tangled up. Connor punched him like in the back of the head, got up, and then Garland was like, okay, I'll tie you up again. And then Connor McDavid got mad. Connor Garland kind of turned around. Connor McDavid wound up, pulled back his two pistol hands with his stick. And boom, right in the face. Gave him a little how you do.
Sort of.
And
then the unbiased version is Garland was clearly doing the double leg hook, keeping McDavid on the ice with him. Like he started the dirty play.
No.
Say it.
I think that obviously he was doing his job to keep Connor out of the play. Is it a penalty? Yes. Oh, okay. Then let the ref call a penalty. But the ref didn't call a penalty. There was no penalty called.
Because we're just letting them play. They're grown-ups. This is part of the game. This is the reason people watch hockey.
That doesn't mean you can just cross-check a dude in the head with a stick.
It does.
Like, hockey is a dangerous sport already because people are so fast.
Yeah.
You have to protect. And listen, I'm not saying superstars in the NHL should not get quarterback treatment from the NFL. That's for sure. They shouldn't be able to do whatever the fuck they want just because they're better than everybody.
Well, no, that's true.
And guess what? When it happened, he got a 3-game suspension, which cool.
3-game suspension
for hitting someone in the head with a cross check. And guess what? Later on in the game, another player cross checked another Oiler in the head. He got 3 games too. Fair is fair. And
I didn't realize that they also got a 3-game suspension for that.
They both got 3 games. Now, listen. Here's the deal. I understand why Oiler fans are mad. You suck without Connor McDavid. I get it. It's been that way for how many years? You are a poverty franchise that is only good because you got given a franchise player after you already failed on 4 other number 1 picks. You guys suck as fans. You do. You're a shitty fan base. Sorry. Not sorry.
I'm glad that you're able to get this out. I hope that you're going to feel like.
But here's the deal. Listen, imagine if someone cross-checked. And do I think Connor McDavid's been cross-checked in the face? Yes, he has been before. I don't know what the penalties were. Okay. But I can only imagine an Oiler fan seeing Connor McDavid get cross-checked in the face like Garland got cross-checked and then being pissed that he didn't get a penalty for cross-checking McDavid. McDavid did the crime. Listen, he's not that big of a superstar. He's not a big enough superstar that he gets away with murder. He's not OJ here. All right.
I don't think that it's about him being a superstar. I think it's about let the boys play.
You don't play. You play all you want. Don't hit people in the head with your stick. It's dangerous. It's not safe.
It's true. It is both dangerous and not safe.
Okay. What about? Okay. Let's talk. Ask your dad about Bertuzzi and hitting the guy from behind up high.
I'll call him right now.
Yeah, call him and ask him about the Bertuzzi hit.
If he answers the phone and he knows this, then my argument will automatically win no matter what.
Okay, ask him about when Bertuzzi paralyzed the dude. Should you just let him play?
Hello.
Hi, Dad.
Hi.
What do you know about Bertuzzi's hit when he paralyzed the guy?
I don't know anything about it. Never heard anything.
Never heard a word.
He doesn't know about Todd Bertuzzi?
Nope.
And Scott Stevens?
Can I talk about it on your show or something?
Yeah.
We're just saying
I don't know anything about it. The only thing I just heard about, what's his name? I just watched
Connor McDavid.
Listen, this is
his elbow to Johansson, which didn't get called, and it's really hard to tell. I didn't have much opinion on that.
What about Garland?
What about what?
When he hit Garland, he cross-checked him in the face and got a 3-game suspension.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. So.
Well, thanks for nothing.
Hey, ask him.
All I am is opinion anyway.
Wait, ask him right now.
Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I'll say it.
Ask him if he agrees that you should be punished if you cross-check a dude in the head with a stick.
Do you think that Connor McDavid should be punished for cross-checking Garland in the face with his stick?
If he did, yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
3-game suspension? 3-game suspension.
Well, my opinion on suspensions is usually however long the guy is out that got hurt, the guy who did it should be out that long too.
Okay.
And he should lose his salary, and that the team should pay it to a worthy charity.
Whoa.
That's just my opinion.
And Connor McDavid should go to jail. Again.
This is Nick here. Nick is recording. He said, "Call and ask your dad right now."
Listen, I can't believe your dad doesn't know about Tyler.
I had to do a call in. Thank you.
Okay.
Love you.
You get rid of me?
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks,
right.
Dad.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, listen.
Bob for president 2028. Now he's going to be all diplomatic.
He can be vice president. Listen, not Tyler Bertuzzi. I meant Todd Bertuzzi. Todd Bertuzzi literally attacked a guy from behind, hit him up high, landed on top of him, broke the guy's neck.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
But let him play. You just said it. Let him play. Because
okay.
If
they're not doing it to paralyze somebody, it's just part of the game.
He didn't either. He didn't try to paralyze the guy. He just tried to hurt him.
They're not doing it.
But that's what Connor McDavid was trying to do. He was trying to hurt him, send a message. Boom, you hit him in the... Who knows
Send a message and hurting is different. Send a message is like, don't do that again.
Yeah, but you don't think that cross-checking a guy in the face could potentially paralyze him? Like you hit the certain spot?
But getting in your car and going for a drive every day could also paralyze you. Like it's just kind of what you sign up for.
Okay. So, and he got a 3-game suspension. I don't know why the Oiler fans are so pissed off. I mean, I do know why, because they're stupid, but
it feels like the Chiefs fans with Mahomes. Like they want to protect their little golden child.
Did you not see Mahomes and the flopping and diving that he did? And listen, I'm not anti-Chiefs like I am anti-Oilers. And I'm not exactly anti-McDavid. I think McDavid's the best player in the game. Let's not take it away. I just think it's shitty that he got gifted to the Oilers, and they're like, oh, look how good we are. Well, because you're a poverty franchise that was a disgrace to the game for 15 years or whatever, and you should have been relegated all the way down to Timbits hockey. That's how bad you were as an organization, as a franchise.
Kitty likes to scratch.
So, but anyway, there's your hockey talk.
Okay, hockey.
Listen, I'm glad McDavid got suspended. I would have sent him to jail. All right. That's me. I would have sent him right to fucking prison, get him out of here. And look, your dad just said McDavid with the elbow to Johansson. McDavid is a dirty player. Like he's good, but he gets away with a lot of shit because of his last name. He does some dirty shit. And I'm not saying that he doesn't take a lot of shit. He's the best player in the game. Of course, people are gunning for you. They're going to be more physical on you. They're going to try to stop you. You're so fucking fast. Of course they try to stop you. That doesn't mean you can turn around and try to kill somebody. He tried to murder someone.
He practically pulled a gun on him.
They don't allow guns in Canada. He had one. It was loaded up in that stick.
You should have seen it. But he got you talking. This is what they want.
Hey, guess what?
Ad dollars.
Guess what? No, here's what they don't want. They don't want Connor McDavid suspended because now they're like, oh, well, Connor McDavid shouldn't do anything for the league now. He shouldn't go to the Four Nations Cup. Anytime the league asks something, they should say no. Like, superstars shouldn't have different roles. He did something wrong. He got in trouble. That's it. And if you're going to be a crybaby about it, well, guess what? I'm going to call you crybaby bitch right on my podcast. That's why I started the podcast, to call out all the crybaby bitches. All right.
Got him good.
Welcome to the greatest hockey show in the world. Let's go. Hey, everybody knows about our sponsor, even Cooper.
Cooper Trooper.
So this show is brought to you by Bar Down Sports Co. Now listen, beer leaguers just like you and me, not Cooper. Cooper doesn't drink beer yet.
Not like Connor McDavid.
Beer leaguers just like you and me, they're trying to make the sport more affordable for all of us. That's what they do. And that's good people. And listen, I'm weird. Jillian's weird. Cooper's pretty weird. But you know what we all have? Do you know what we all have in common? If
We're
someone
all
gave us
good people.
yes, and if someone gave us money to spend on our hobbies, we would spend it.
We'd spend it on somebody else.
No,
We
no,
would
no.
give
We
them
would
$10.
no, we would spend it on ourselves. And if you go to bardownsportsco.com, use the code BLPA, you get $10. Now listen, only one time. They're not gonna let you do it every time you listen to an episode. We want you to listen all the time, but
That would be
just go
cool,
do
though.
it. Go support them. You can buy whatever you want. You can buy hockey gear, you can buy lacrosse gear, you can buy whatever you want. All right, bardownsportsco.com.
We love you.
Support those. Yeah, we love you. And support those that support us. We need you to support them too. bardownsportsco.com. All right, you can find us on every social media channel at the BLPA.
Yes.
Every single one. Facebook, Twitter X, Instagram, even Pinterest. If you want to Patreon us to help make the show better, it's patreon.com/theblpa.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to ask for money this episode. Outside of that, one time. We can ask for money one time.
Okay.
Okay.
What if you just say it instead of asking?
What if I just wink? Okay. But listen, shout out Jenny Fajitas. I got a shout out here. Jenny Fajitas. Shout out. Yes, she won the fantasy football. Yes, it was all luck. She was like a 7-6 team and thinks she's somebody. But nonetheless, I'm shouting her out not because of fantasy football, but I'm shouting her out because I want to thank her for slinging merch at the Greenville tournament this weekend. She came down. She helped it all weekend. She always sells the shit out of merch. So I just I know she's a huge listener. She loves me, I think. I think she loves you. She really loves Jason. So she really so hey Jenny, if he does, just listen to this whole show. Maybe Jason will show up. He's not going to, but maybe he will.
But maybe.
Not going to, but maybe.
Listen through.
Yeah. Anyway, so outside of the hockey, we have a lot of stuff to get to today. Some of it's hockey related, some of it's not. We got to give away something. The person that won last week on the ticket draw, they didn't try to claim their $25 gift cert. So now guess what? It's $50. $50 this week to the winner, and I'm gonna pull. And so if you are behind on the show and you won last week, and now you're trying to come to me and say, "Hey, I won," no, null and void now. At 12:16 p.m. January 22nd, 2024, last week's show winner is null and void.
Wow.
Heard it here first, folks.
And then there were a lot more people this week.
Yes, we got more people this week, all locked in, but we got a lot of shit to talk about today. Obviously, tournaments. We got to talk about a couple stories. We got some Am I the Assholes? We got a mini game. We're not going to talk about Connor McDavid anymore.
No, we're all done with that. We're moving on.
So basically, that's where we're at. What are you looking at? Eyes up here.
Eyes up here.
Eyes up here. Yeah.
Eyes up here. Why does that ring a bell?
Oh,
something about eyes up here. You were telling me.
Yeah, let me tell you how funny. Going back to Jenny Fajita, she thinks I'm hilarious. She is my laugh. Like I think I made her laugh out of the 48 hours of the tournament, 47 hours she laughed at me because I'm
What happened that 1 hour? You were in the bathroom?
I had to poop. A couple times. So,
okay?
But nonetheless, so listen to our show, which is actually a workout for your abs because you're laughing so much at our show. Or if you just hang out with me. I think I'm hilarious. I mean, and that's all that really matters to me. But nonetheless,
truly.
So I almost got arrested. I think, and here's how. Okay. I was going to the airport at a not 6 a.m. flight. By the way, I might add. I haven't taken 6 a.m. flight. Oh. So I was at the airport and I'm going through security, right? And I'm happy. I'm in a good mood. It's not 6 a.m., right? And just joking around, and the female TSA agent looks at me, and then she just kind of looks down at my crotch area, whatever, and just says, "Hey, your fly's undone. Your fly's down." And I said, "Hey, eyes up here." She was not having it.
You didn't like it?
Not even a smile. She said, we don't joke around here, like in this area. And I'm like, okay, whoa. So I thought maybe TSA was going to be hard on me. So follow that up. I'm coming home, and I guess I just walk around with my zipper undone. I guess, I don't know.
Easier access.
I'm going in to fly home, and a gentleman TSA agent goes, "Hey," he leans in though. He's not outright like the woman. He's like, "Hey, just want to let you know, your zipper's undone." I said, "Good setup, but I'm not falling for it." And he said, "What?" I said, "The same thing happened coming here." And it was a lady, and I said, "Eyes up here." And she got all, he's like, If you would have said that to me, I'd have laughed. So I don't know. That's my.
Oh man,
I mean,
that's the worst when you use a good joke on the wrong person.
I know, but is that not funny? Like, cool. Thanks for telling me. Eyes up here. Like that's funny.
Do you think that they actually don't think it's funny, or they just know they can't laugh, and then later they're like, "Oh man, I really wish I told that guy it was funny."
I mean, probably, but what? But listen, at least a smirk. But like, maybe she
Yeah,
was
just
in a
like,
bad mood.
"Oh,
Maybe she's
you."
been there since like 4 a.m. Maybe.
Yeah, but that's what would break up the monotony. You'd think.
Here I am trying to help all TSA agents have a better day because I respect TSA. They have a hard job. You know why?
Yeah.
There's really stupid fucking people that travel.
True.
Really dumb people and really smart, funny, handsome people like me.
Mhm.
And you would think when the smart, handsome, funny people come in, they're like, "Oh, look at this smart, handsome, funny guy. Ha ha ha, laugh at his jokes." Not this one. Or maybe she was just having a bad day. I don't know.
Would you pay for, since you said that there's smart people and dumb people, especially when traveling, how much extra money would you pay for a flight that is all guaranteed, well-traveled, bag that fits, up in the overhead, boom, bop, bop, beat? Like, these are all super efficient people.
I don't really have that many issues with people on the plane.
That's because you're sitting first class all the time.
I do sit in first class a lot because I get upgrades because I for diamond. But listen, with that comes
You're so
like
funny.
everyone's always like, "Oh, first class." I'm like, you know how much I have to travel to get that status? Like it's an asinine
Yeah.
amount. Where it's not like it's not a "Oh, yay, I get to travel," right? Like I'm excited about
Mm.
my travel tomorrow. So I'm going to Disneyland with Cooper.
You
and he's
stay
super
going to
stoked.
Disneyland. That's
Super stoked.
right.
And so I'm excited about that, but like just work travel, like I'm excited to go to the hockey, but it's just like, let me get on the plane. Let me get situated. I don't usually have, I mean, zone 1 is nice, right? Because you're at the front. You don't have to worry about the people putting in the bags, but
Yeah, I guess that's the only thing.
I'm more of the people going through security and like having shit they're not
Yeah,
supposed
but
to
so you'd
have.
have like an expedited line starting at security.
Yeah, it's called TSA pre-check and nobody needs to
It's
get it.
not.
Nobody
No,
get it.
don't get
Nobody
it. It's not worth it.
It's
But that
not.
even that line is, it's
Yeah,
overflowing with
I
people
mean,
now.
but it's nice because you don't have to take anything out of like your bags or on the US side.
Right.
In Canada, you have to go through they don't have a TSA pre-check.
A word?
But I mean, you get to the front of the line, but it's the regular thing. So you have to take off your shoes, take all your laptop, all that nonsense out. But I mean, you still have donkeys there. I mean, I would pay, I don't know. I mean, don't we pay enough for airline travel?
Yeah, but if I got to have a seamless experience and I didn't have to be like, why are people so dumb?
It's
I
called
think I'd pay
private.
$60.
It's called 60. I mean, yeah, that's pretty reasonable. I mean, sure, you can have the seamless, but you got to fly private. Like you got to have your own jet, and you don't have to worry about shit, right?
Yeah, so I'm just like starting a little bit lower, like 60 instead of 60,000. But I'll
Okay,
like work my way up.
okay. As this show grows, because
Yeah.
I've already taken private helicopters like to and from.
Did you do the Uber
Times Square.
helicopter?
I did it wasn't Uber, it was called something else, but I did it from JFK to Times Square and back on a layover.
That
Oh,
feels like a
you
lot.
don't know
What's
this
your
story?
carbon emissions?
Oh,
I
you don't
wanna
know this
see.
story? Okay.
No?
So basically, I'm flying to Iceland last year, end of May, and we had a layover, but then the flight got delayed while I was flying to JFK, and I'm talking to my seat guy. I'm like, oh man, like they just delayed my flight by like 4.5 hours or something, and I had like an extra long time. I think I had like 7 hours as a layover. And I was like, man, I sure would like to go to into Manhattan. I love the city, and I was like, oh, I was checking it like how long the cab drive would take Uber wise, and it was like almost 2 hours. So you're
Mm,
4 hours in the cab, and what is that? I mean, the cost there was like almost $200 or something each way, right? So I'm like, that's kind of
okay.
stupid. And the guy was like, well, why don't you just take a helicopter? I live there. This is how I get around. I'm like, but I'm up here in first class because I got upgraded for free.
Of
I didn't
course.
pay for this. He's like, no, look in the, I can't remember what it was called. I have to look it up, but he said, look into this. And basically your first one, you even get like $100 off. And so I had Tanis like call and see how much it cost and to book it. And it was like $250. And it was a helicopter ride from JFK to right outside Times Square. And then I caught it back in the evening. And it's a 7-minute flight. And it was incredible. So
That's
I got there. I checked my bag like in the bag storage at JFK. I walked out. A black like SUV Escalade picked me up, drove me to another hangar, walked me in. There were 3 of us on the flight, and then they flew us over there. No big deal. And then on the way back, I was the only one in the helicopter, and the guy was like, "Do you want to sit up front with me?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I do." And so I'm just up there like I'm fucking flying around.
He like pats his knee. He's like, "I got a spot for you right here."
Oh no, it was a
Hey, your
seat.
fly's down.
And I'm pretending. I'm like, "Hey, eyes up, eyes down there."
Eyes up, yeah.
And I was just flying around. It was awesome. And I mean, with the discount, it made it pretty affordable. But I mean, you think about it, like I would have paid almost the same for the cab, and I would have wasted 4 hours. So I literally got to go and walk around Times Square for a few hours and get back to JFK in 10 minutes. So it was awesome.
How many pictures did you take of yourself to make it look like you had a private helo?
No, I didn't tell people that I had a private one, but obviously I showed it in the group. And not, listen, I'm not bragging at all. All right.
I don't know, Richie Rich.
Like, no, I understand how lucky I am, but I also knew that's why I didn't want to talk about it, because I was I see why the tournament cost. I was like, here's the deal, guys. Like, I know this looks out of reach for a lot of people, but it's not. If you plan on it and you say, it's just like our tournaments. If you plan on it, you save and you want to do it, we can make it happen. And so for people to think, I can never take a helicopter flight to Manhattan, you can. Is it a little more expensive? Yes, but it's not millions of dollars or thousands of dollars.
No,
it's an affordable thing if that's what you want to do. And so I was able to show people, look, I'm just a regular guy like you guys. I mean, I know I'm
celebrities. They're just
international beer league playboy. I get it, but it's it wasn't. I mean, it was it was what, $300 or whatever it was on 250 or something. Sure,
yeah,
it was a cost.
That.
It was no fuck. It was a cost, but I would have spent that going on a taxi, and not having to spend 4 hours in a cab is fucking mint.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Do you know Jet Suite? Have you heard of Jet Suite X?
No, I haven't actually.
It's like a little airline. It's like semi-private, which is really weird. And there's just a couple locations. Like it flies here in Bay Area. It's like LA, Phoenix, or Scottsdale or something. But it's a max of 30 people on the plane. Mm-hmm. And so it looks private. Like you show up to its own little airport. There's no TSA. And then you walk like on the, what is it? Jetway? Airway? Tarmac up the stairs. So everyone has to get that picture of you like walking up the stairs onto your plane. Looking back, it's just like a little one. And then the seats are like 1-on-1. And then you get a free drink. So then you, of course, take the picture like, I'm drinking champagne on my own little plane. And then you go to LA. But it's not weirdly expensive.
How much was it?
Like $300 to LA.
A person?
Yeah.
Round trip?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. That's like
maybe like Rob took it to his bachelor party in Arizona, and it was like maybe, I don't know, $500 round trip. So but instead of like,
there's strippers on it too.
Well, that was extra.
Oh, my man, Rob. That's what I'm talking about.
Single until you get the ring. Go.
But,
anyway, my dad had a follow-up question.
Okay.
Did Garland miss any games?
No.
Did he miss any teeth?
That I don't know. I mean, probably not, because Connor Garland also is the guy that had a slap shot hit him right in the face and then go in. So he scored a goal with his face. So he's a tough motherfucker. And I know this because I remember that, and I also remember having him on my podcast talking about it.
Okay,
afterwards.
That's all.
But also, let's also note that there was another altercation at the end of the game where a Coyote, or what are they, or whatever they are now, wherever he plays now. No, Vancouver Canucks.
Oh.
Where Vancouver guy cross-checked an Oiler, and he also got 3 games. So it's like a fair tit for tat.
Fair and fair. All's fair in love and hockey.
Yes, exactly. So, so basically what I'm saying is you should fly private, Jillian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Here's our message to everyone. Start flying private. We should do like top ways to hack your life, but it's all just like,
you got to get on TikTok.
Flying your own plane.
Yeah, we'll make TikTok videos like that. Even though TikTok was banned, now it's not banned. Now we're back.
Yeah, we're back. We're back, baby. But we should do like the guy, like you in a suit on a plane. But it's definitely just like, who is that one guy? That one. He was a celebrity, but he posted a picture of a private jet, like off to LA to record, and everyone was like, "This is a stock photo of a private jet." But it was like too well known of a celebrity for him to be doing that. And it's like, I mean, come on, go to at least page 3 of Google. Like, don't stay on the first page of stock photos of private jets.
Well, yeah, people are going to catch your bullshit, man. The internet, like you can't do shitty stuff because people just catch you every time, right? So
yes. Okay. I reached out to you this past week and I said, what are your ins and outs for 2025?
Yeah, and I don't understand. This is like a kid. This is like kids.
This is a trend.
What's it's called kid shit.
As you would call it, a trend.
Is it on TikTok? And do you
It's on TikTok.
I read something where like Donald Trump was like, oh, they're like, why did you unban TikTok? He's like, well, I used it.
Oh.
And they're like, and then I think he said something like, well, it's all young kids on there. It's all young kids. And if China wants to, just be around young kids or whatever, it's something weird. I was like, okay.
I feel like you paraphrase that in a weird way.
It was, well, no, it was, I was listening to it. And I was like, what a weird reasoning. All right? But hey, whatever.
Absolutely.
Gulf of America, let's go.
Gulf of America. I was literally going to say, I mean, talk about priorities.
Listen, this is not a politics show. And this is why it's not a politics show, because remember that meme I sent you, Donald Trump and the tipping thing? I posted that in the BLPA.
Ooh, weird.
On inauguration day. Not thinking about, because
whatever. Because you're Canadian.
And I'm American. I just live in Canada. But then people flipped out about, I used to support you, now I don't. I'm like, because I don't tip? Like, and then someone was like, no, it's because it's Donald Trump. It mentions purple-haired waitresses. Like, it's like a the letter thing. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
This was literally just a meme about tipping on the show. And they're like, no, people think you're making a political statement with Donald Trump and anti-gay. I'm like, holy shit, man. And so I had to like delete, and I'm like, no, yeah, it's that one right there. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, that wasn't anything what I even meant. Like and so I removed it and was like, holy shit. And what's weird is while I posted it, I was talking to someone who has different colored hair. And I was like, hey, like, are you offended? And she didn't seem offended by it. I'm like, I'm not even, she's like, well, the climate of today. And I'm like, today? And she's like, it's the inauguration. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, well, wasn't even thinking about that.
Delete.
So I deleted. So no political stuff, but the Gulf of America thing is funny because I was reading that it's because Biden signed some orders that said that you couldn't drill oil in the Gulf of Mexico. And so they're saying Trump is playing chess because now it's not the Gulf of Mexico anymore. It's the Gulf of America. And I'm like, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. It's good. What are you going to do? So anytime someone says you can't do something, I'm just going to rename it.
Yeah.
I'm just renaming it now.
It's not cross-checking. It's check crossing.
Yeah. It's buddy. It's buddy checking.
Love tap.
Yeah. Are you in a hotel?
What is this?
No, I'm just asking, are you in a hotel?
Is this a setup? I'm scared.
The picture behind you looks like a hotel.
Are you kidding? I've literally sat in this exact same spot with this exact same painting behind me since July.
I just had my eyes checked. All right. I'm seeing clearly now. But I was just thinking like,
I did this painting.
Did you? It looks like something that's hanging in a hotel. So you should sell it to hotels.
I didn't do it. But sometimes I like to do little lies like that just to, one, test my skills, two, see what people think I'm capable of.
Okay.
Because you didn't doubt that I could paint.
Well, I mean, listen, I subscribe to a couple things. And number one is never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's number one. And two is just believe everybody.
It's like you're making it up as you're saying it.
If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Just believe what everyone tells you. It's on the internet. Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
Just believe it.
Yeah. Okay, you're not getting out of my ins and outs list because this is fun.
I don't know what the ins and outs are, but what I'm saying is that if people say it, they obviously believe it in their head. And even if they're a pathological liar, they still believe it to some point. So I guess it's true somewhere.
Okay. If you believe it enough, it's true.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. OJ Simpson. Glove fitting.
But it actually didn't fit. I saw the video. But
he's like squeezing out his hand to
and he also like was off his like blood pressure medicine, so his body would be
swollen.
Like, yeah. So again, smart. You just change the rules. Okay.
Here's ins and outs. It's saying things that are in and out for the year, but it's not that deep. Okay. So for example, out those loud hand dryers in the bathroom.
Okay.
You know, those ones that are just like one so like, and it like makes your skin like kind of move around.
Yes.
And they're so loud.
Yes.
Out.
Okay.
Do away with those. We're moving on. Paper towels. Who cares about the environment?
Okay.
In listening to podcasts and videos at like 1.5 speed.
Okay.
Like if you watch a TikTok, do you watch TikTok videos?
Oh yeah.
I almost always am holding down the left side to watch it in like double speed because my attention span is just shot. But I'm like, these people are talking too slow.
I'm there for people's art. This is what they've created, and I'm here to support. All right.
Oh, this art? Yeah. No, I just hate when we're like, all right, guys.
Yeah. Okay. I hate when
story time.
Now listen, I also draw things out because I'm an entertainer. I get it. But there are some where I'm like, just get to the goddamn point. Like, tell me what I'm here for a reason. Just give me that reason.
Yes. Okay. So again, out saying in my blank era, I've had enough of it.
Okay.
You know?
So we're not in our Dex area anymore.
We're not in our Dex era.
Okay.
In hyper specific playlists on Spotify.
Okay.
So I was going through some of my old ones from when I was like clearly single. And I would make like a new playlist every Friday to like get the girls ready to go out. And one of them is like feel like a boss because you are one, but boss was spelled with $2 for the S's.
Okay. And not B-A-U-S.
So I think I need to bring that back.
Okay. And hey guys, listen, she might still be single. She likes guys that are really into our podcast. And so if you
I like guys who sign up for our Dex and BLPA bash tournaments really a lot.
She loves that. So
whoa.
When she says single, that's just for the
only for Dex boys. When I'm winking, I have to talk in a Southern accent.
I didn't know how that went, but
okay, another out. Small air fryers.
So would in be big air fryers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something that fits like a normal amount of food, because I feel like maybe it's the air fryer we bought. You can I'm going to make some sweet potato fries. I'm like, let me just, I guess, cook a half of a sweet potato at a time.
Ins and outs, is it what you want to be in and what you want to be out, or is it something?
Yeah. You're putting it into the world, though.
It's just whatever you want. All right. But it's not like what actually is happening. Like, because it feels like now in is ringers playing in like high level players playing in the low level divisions of beer.
Ringers
league.
are in. Ringers are in for 2025.
But I want them to be out. So that would mean out is playing in the correct division for your skill level. That's where we are right now. So we want to flip that shit.
Yep.
We want to flip it. So in for 2025, playing in the correct division for your skill level.
Okay. Out, being too scared to sign up for your first tournament. I feel like just in the past week or two, we've had a couple people like specifically reach out and be like, okay, I think I'm finally ready to play, or like I've been watching, or which one should I do to pop my Dex cherry? Like, how should I get into this? And I'm like, yes, do it. Do it scared. Do it by yourself. Do it. Like everyone, didn't you post on Facebook and everyone was commenting like, oh my gosh, I had the best time. And I still talk to so many people from my first tournament. Everyone's so nice. Da, 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 da.
Yes. And I want to get into, okay, I'm glad we got this. That's a nice segue for us, right? Like,
wait, I didn't get my last in.
Okay, get to your last in, and then we're segue back to this.
Okay. My last in is loving the dog you had just as much as you did before after you have a baby.
Okay.
Someone said to me when I was pregnant and I was with my dog who I love, I would fly private for her. They're like, oh, and then once the baby comes, that dog just falls by the wayside. Like, you won't know a love like that. I'm like, don't you dare talk about my firstborn like that. And then I had a friend of a friend who they had 2 dogs and now they have 2 kids who are of 5 and 3. They're like 5 and 3 years old. My friend is watching the dogs for this mom. She took the dogs for a walk. The mom says, oh my gosh, thank you for taking them for a walk. That's the first exercise they've had all year. All year. Wow. Like, you have a responsibility.
You literally take your dog and baby for a walk daily.
Twice, baby. We went for an hour and a half this morning.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
That's a weird thing. Like, I've heard that too. And when we had the baby, like for me, it actually makes you think your firstborn, like your fur baby is high maintenance. And then when you have a baby, you're like, wow, this fur baby actually isn't high maintenance. I love this dog even more.
I can't tell this baby, I'm like, lay down. Yeah. And he's still, I'm like, shh.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Okay.
That's my end. All right. Here's your segue for your Dex. Go.
So it's funny that you say it because there are a lot of people, but there are there are a lot of different types of people. We know that, right?
Yes.
It takes a lot to go out on your on your own and do a dex because it's new. You don't know. It takes a special kind of people. Am I that type of person? Hell yeah. I don't give a
Mhm.
shit. I'll go talk to anyone, right? As a matter of fact, how I got started in these, I worked for another company. They had one or two of them in Canada, and I had just moved to Canada. I wasn't even working for this company. I just knew them from playing like pickup shinnies and stuff. And they had a similar style tournament. And I went up there, and then all of a sudden I had 80 new friends. And I thought that was rad.
Yeah.
And that's when I was, then we kind of got into, oh, I'm gonna do some things for them. Like, why don't you let me create these all over the states? And I did for them, right? Because they couldn't work in the states. And so like I know how hard it is to do that as not someone like me. It's difficult.
Mhm.
That's why it's always trying to create characters. If that does that make sense? Like characters at
No.
the decks that people can kind of relate to,
Mm.
right? So you try to promote them, whether it's Ringer Peck or whether it's Super
Mm.
VIP Johnny Dunham, whether it's
Sunglasses, Mark.
yeah, well,
Mark?
I've never met him or Matt
What?
Margiela. You try to
Matt?
introduce them into
Oh,
these.
it's Matt. I just remember I've never
That's
even
him.
been to a tournament, and I know
That's
him just from the Facebook group because
exactly.
he's like the mascot.
And so for me, I mean, I think people, I don't know, I'm not patting myself on the back, but there was always when I set up the group and stuff, it was always with this in mind, is that to let people know people before they know people makes it easier for them to come, makes them feel like they fit, makes them feel like they belong, and they do. And so
Mhm.
when you can come to a tournament, and let's say you really don't know a lot of people, but you know Nick because you've seen him online and you've talked to him,
Yeah.
you see what he says, or Super VIP Johnny Dunham. You already have kind of a connection to those people, and so you can go there and listen. Those people that I'm listing, they're characters for a reason because they're generally the same type of people in real life as they are online. So, if you go up to them and talk to them, they're going to talk to you back and they're going to welcome you in. And I'm not saying it's just only those people. Like, I think everybody is. I mean, you saw the post. Like I even said, like, have you ever met people before through a Dex and became friends or talked? And people, this isn't specific, but I hope showing up in chilly weather at a Philly Dex to see a bunch of y'all, even though I wasn't even playing, is a testament to the people. Just there's one that is actually really special to me. I thought this one was really cool. I'm trying to find it right now. His name's Pete, right? Pete was a guy that I hired to make like just some promo videos a long time, like when we first started. Like he came out, he wasn't a hockey guy, he wasn't anything, but this is what he wrote. I'm quite literally playing ice hockey because of the folks at the Cincinnati Decks in 2021. He showed up there as a photographer, returned home, got his first pair of skates that he bought that he has in his hotel, right? Played in my first decks in 23. Great to reunite with, all these people at Pittsburgh. Several months later, a teammate and now friend of the from Pittsburgh decks flew out to play in the Vegas decks. Shout out to Matt if he's here. And so for me, like this guy wasn't even a hockey guy, but he came out and he talked to me afterwards and he's like, is this like how all of them are? And I was like, yeah, that's it. He's like, so I don't even have to be able to be good to play with you guys. No, just have to be a good person. And so
Yeah.
he literally went out, bought skates that next week and was like, this is when I plan on coming. I'm going to start skating so I can play. And for me, I get to do a lot of really cool things. I get to see a lot of cool places. I get to meet a lot of people. That's what it's about for me. That's the things that I remember most when people say that, because it wasn't that long ago that I couldn't play hockey. I didn't feel like I belonged in the game.
Yeah.
And so I started my own team of buddies, and then kind of now you see where I'm at now. And so it's important to me that people know that anywhere I am, anywhere that I'm a part of, you belong. You come out and play. I don't care how good you are. I don't care if you've never been on skates, drinking beer, playing hockey. That's what it's about to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So that's what's out is
that's what's up.
being too scared to sign up for
Yeah.
a bash or Dex.
Yeah. Perfect. That's
Do
what's
it.
out. I like it. That's my out.
No, it's not. That's mine. That's really good. Let me claim it for my own.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I do. Hey, can we? I said I want to get more news in these things.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
so that's
Hot
in.
news.
That's in. More news. This is the news, and this is wild to me.
Okay.
One of one, Paul Skeens' debut patch rookie card has been found by an 11-year-old collector in Los Angeles. Why is that important? Listen, cards are fun. I used to collect them. I don't really collect many anymore, but we'll still do like some breaks sometimes when I'm feeling like, oh, I just want to open something and yada, yada, yada. This card, one of the most sought after cards in the past couple years. Like people were throwing out 6-figure. You find this, there's a bounty on it, 6 figures. Someone was saying, hey, just let me see it. And you can have a VIP ticket to my show. He's like a late night show host because he's a Pirates fan. The Pirates came out and offered club seats behind home plate for like 30 years, meet and greet, like a ton of stuff just for finding the card. Livy Dunn. You know Livy Dunn from TikTok.
Yes, of course.
She's dating Paul Skeens, who the card is of. He was from a pitcher from LSU. He was obviously the Rookie of the Year award winner. And she's like, on top of all of that, you can also hang out with me in my suite if you give the card to the Pirates. Shit ton of offers, right?
Okay.
And usually, like on TikTok, all those people are ripping cards and finding all the big ones. But this was an 11-year-old kid that found it, not one of these cards. And that makes me really fucking happy and excited. Here's why I wouldn't be excited for the Pirates offer. Because now you have like 3,000 Pirates games you have to try to sell for 10% on the dollar because no one wants to go to Pirates games. Yeah. And the kid lives in LA. So basically, you know, people are like, hey, sell it to me. I'll make sure your family's set up because a Shohei Ohtani ball went for like $4 million or something odd. So I just thought it was cool. And so that's the sports news that I'm into. I love seeing that stuff. I love when like young kids, the real collectors, the people that aren't doing it just to make a shit ton of money. I get it. I love money too. But just the people that just kind of collect them makes my heart happy, makes me fun.
The game.
I hope he sells it for a lot of money, but I kind of also hope he keeps it. But if he keeps it, I know it's going to go down in value. I don't know. It's just one of those weird things.
He should keep it and then charge people to come and see it.
That's weird. I just found this little refractor.
It's a Paul Skeens card. He just
Connor McDavid.
No way.
Of shit. Is this worth anything? Can I tear it up? And
it's him cross-checking someone.
Wow. It's the Connor McDavid cross-check card. Wow. 1 of 1. So
that's worth at least dollars.
Yeah. It's worth $3 game dollars. Hey, you know what is really cool? Do you know what's cool? No?
I give up.
What's cool is traveling around the United States to play hockey. That's cool.
Okay,
that's cool.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay, you know what's even cooler? Traveling around, all right? Traveling around the world to play hockey.
Dang.
All right.
You're right.
So, Tucker Hockey. Yeah, tuckerhockey.com. They're going to help you go around the world. Now, listen, I know we do BLPA worldwide, but we haven't went to the Czech Republic yet.
Yeah.
And that's where Tucker Hockey's going. All right. I wish there was a cool song like that. I went to Italy.
You know who would like being in the Czech Republic?
Who?
Connor McDavid.
Who? The Face Czech Republic. I've never heard of that city. All right. Now listen. I wish there was a cool song like there. When you go to Italy, when the moon hits your eye. Like I wish there was a cool song like that for Czech, but I don't know what it is. All right. But nonetheless,
I think we should make one for next week.
Okay, let's make it up. But go check out tuckerhockey.com. They're going to Czech Republic.
Yeah.
All the details are on there. They're getting the registration page done so you can register. We're going to try to have them on next week to talk to us about this. But tuckerhockey.com. Hey, you want to go to Czech Republic with Jillian? Cool.
Yeah.
All you have to do is go to Tucker Hockey and buy 2 spots. One for you, one for her. All right?
One for me. That's right. And one for my dog.
And 3 spots. 4 spots if you want to take me. 5 spots if you want to take Cooper. Cooper, tell people, where in the world would you want to travel to do hockey?
Paris.
Why? Why?
Oui.
Disneyland.
I said play hockey, not go to Disney.
You guys.
All right.
And your Disneyland tour.
But anyway, go check out our sponsor, tuckerhockey.com, especially if you want to go to the Czech Republic. Why wouldn't you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, so that's my news story. Okay. Well, on to the news.
Okay. Well, I had I found an Am I the Asshole? I frequent some of the news sites called Reddit, and I look at like hockey stories just because I like to see whose side I would take on these things. Okay. And also like Two Hot Takes, the podcast where they just do all Am I the Asshole stories. She's from Minnesota, but
Mini shoe.
I just like them because I like hearing people's opinion. Actually, I like saying my opinion more generally than I like hearing others, but I'll be open to it. So here it is. Do you want to hear this?
Yep.
Okay. So last night I headed down to a game. There were a couple groups there. We started 4-on-4. It was fairly competitive until about an hour later when a bunch of young teenagers showed up with a couple of their dads and a few of the original guys left. I just shifted back to kind of feign defense on the kids and then let them make a move on me, then dish out the puck to the kids on my team. Then I noticed one kid was taking shifts like 3 times longer than everyone and would try to go end to end alone every time he got the puck.
Jeff
I
Beck.
decided, what?
Sorry,
Is this okay?
said
Yeah,
Jeff
I'll
Beck.
pause for you to interject.
I just said Jeff Peck. Never mind. Keep going.
Jeff Peck is.
That's my little
not a
dig
ringer.
at Jeff Peck. Okay, keep going.
I decided to just deny him every chance until he made a pass just to encourage him to get the other guys involved. 10 minutes later, this kid is still doing the same thing, and I lightheartedly told him that his buddies are skating with him, make a pass. At the end of my next shift, one of the dad's pipes up, chirps me something like, "Big man taking the puck from teenagers." I told him I was just trying to encourage him to pass the puck, and he rolls his eyes at me and said something under his breath. Next shift, me and his dad are out there. He gets the puck and starts barreling down by himself. So I back check, just cutting off a straight line to our net. He leans in super aggressive, so I just let him have it. 2 minutes later, he does the same thing, and I'm kind of ready to actually play defense. I cut off his angle. So I'm trying to cut back. I make a move or pass anything. He just tries to skate right through me. He hits me, and I lean in a bit, just trying to stay upright, and he hits the ground like a sack of potatoes. Now he gets up, so pissed. The other dad gets on the ice and asks me what I'm doing, swearing at me, and then I super awkwardly just skate off and take my skates and leave. In hindsight, I probably could have tried harder to get out of the way, but who tries to skate right through someone? None of us have gear on. Rant, am I the asshole? Are we both assholes? Etc.
3 games.
3-game suspension for who?
So
is it your job to, quote unquote, teach the teenagers, the young players, a lesson? Number one.
I mean, I don't think it's anybody's job to do anything. It sounds like it was just a shinny skate, but I don't think the guy is the asshole for playing defense against a teenager that obviously could skate and play hockey. It's just,
yeah.
I mean, I don't feel he's an asshole for that. I don't even feel like he's an asshole for saying pass the puck. Like and I don't know why the dad got so mad. Like the teenagers out there playing with adults. Like, why does it matter? Oh, taking the puck from the teenager. Like, that's hockey.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on defense. I'm trying to take the puck from it. And now I'm saying this completely knowing that this guy is telling his side of the story.
Okay.
He was probably a bit more aggressive than what he's saying. Oh, I was in the right. I did everything by the book. I did it by the book. He probably didn't. He was probably a bit more aggressive because hockey's an aggressive game. And when that testosterone gets flowing, then they, people do dumb things. So he probably played a little rough, and he probably didn't say, "Hey, your other guys are playing pass the puck." He's probably said, "Hey, listen here, you little fucking shit, pass the goddamn puck." He probably said something to that effect. But nonetheless, I think all that sounds fair. What's weird to me also, this guy's side of the story, the dad's come barreling in. I mean, if you just cut him off, then what's the big deal, right?
Right.
If you're just playing if he was being aggressive and you're being aggressive, what's the big deal?
He's probably was just mad that he was equally amounts aggressive and less strong.
Yes, good. And I'm not even saying the dad was an asshole for being aggressive and barreling down like that. He was just playing hockey. I mean, at the end of the day, like, okay, could he have been less aggressive? Yeah, maybe. Could the other guy have been less aggressive? Yeah, maybe. But you're playing hockey.
3-game suspension.
3-game suspension. You get 3 games. Yeah, exactly, baby. Oh, another Oiler fan here. Another Oiler fan.
This is a future Oilers fan.
I can already tell. Already tell.
Hold on, I'm gonna try to put him in the swing.
Ooh, let's swing it up.
He was sleeping the whole time, and then of course it's like, this is how long he naps now.
45 minutes. I mean, he did pretty good. Pause. Okay. Let me clap myself in. All right. You know what's funny about that pause? I don't want to scare you, but here's what happened last week. I obviously pulled off the video and the podcast audio and cut off the audio, uploaded it. Cool.
Yeah.
Pulled off the video, edited it, got it out. uploaded it to YouTube, said it, but I accidentally uploaded the unedited one.
No.
And listen, but I caught it. I mean, I caught it. Like I just scrolled through like after it became live, and so for like the first 24 minutes, anyone that watched it in the first 24 minutes would have seen the big gap in between. But it's good because there was only like 13 viewers, and they might not even have got to that part before I deleted it.
Okay.
So, so I'm gonna have to be way more cognizant about it.
Yeah, do gooder.
It's because I named them close to the same thing. So this time I'm gonna be like,
Poop version.
week 3. Upload this week 3 is what it's gonna be. So,
Okay.
But if any of you guys caught the extra, just nothing happening because we were both off screen because I was pooping and she was babying, then sorry about that. So,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
thanks for being a very clicky person.
Exactly.
Thanks for being ready. Top fan.
All right. What do we got?
Okay. Well, I was gonna do middle names. Why was I thinking about this? I don't remember. But I wanted you to, if you knew or guess some of the middle names of NHLers.
Okay.
Because I thought they were kind of fun, and like you always know them as their first and last name, and it sounds so strong. And then you hear their middle name, you're like, oh, they're just a little baby who like got this name that their mom loved.
What's your middle name?
Do you want to guess? I think I told you this before.
I probably don't remember it.
Because yours is something weird.
Sarah.
Yours is Sarah.
No, I'm asking yours.
Yours is
Sarah. Yes, Sarah.
Nick,
Sarah?
Nick Sarah Fleehart.
Jillian,
No,
Sarah?
less basic. Think more Christmas.
What was your maiden name?
My name is my name.
Oh, that's your maiden name. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't change it.
Mistletoe.
You got. Oh my God, you're exactly right. Jillian Mistletoe.
Jillian's Peanut Snoopy jersey.
Greatest present ever.
Yes.
Oh no.
What is your middle name? December Eggnog.
He's literally, since I looked over, he has been ripping. It sounds dry. I don't know.
Maybe he's pooping. That's all
he's
right.
He's pulling a U from last week.
Hell
my name is in a Christmas song. It is a Christmas song.
Joy.
Close.
Jillian Joy.
That's
Jillian,
cute. One of my friends.
Jillian Deck the Halls.
I'm the first. The first.
Jillian Deck.
No, the first word.
Oh.
I'm the first blank.
With boughs of holly. Holly? Jillian Holly?
No, but that's another good guess.
Okay, just give it to me. I'm tired of guessing.
I'm not giving you anything.
Okay, well, I'll just have to read your driver's license. Okay, guess mine.
Okay, I'm gonna guess it's like Douglas.
No, not even close.
Kamish.
I go by that, but not even close.
Can you give me the first letter?
Yes. I actually go by my middle name. My middle name is Nicholas.
You're one of those?
Yeah. Well, it's because my dad gave me his first name and my brother his middle name, and they always knew I was going to go by Nick anyway, so they just named me Nicholas. So I'm Aaron Nicholas.
Your real name is Aaron.
Aaron Nicholas. Yeah. Aaron Nicholas, Commissioner Fleehart.
I feel lied to.
Why? Oh, kind of like whenever I got you on a podcast and no one told me you were pregnant, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Yeah, I'm going on."
That's withholding. That's different.
I'm going on maternity leave next month. I'm like, what?
Okay, it was like 4 months away. First of all, no, it was like 2.
I'd never seen like from her chest.
I've never seen her chest.
I've never seen Jillian's chesticles. I've only seen her from this video view, and then one time she stood up and she's like, "Oh, I'm going on maternity." I'm like, "What? You're pregnant?"
And then I stood up and it was like, boom.
I'm like, "Oh, yeah.
I could be pregnant right now."
Sure, yeah. Way to go, Rod.
I'm not.
But anyway, okay. What's your middle name? I told you mine.
You did.
Yeah.
I'll give you the first letter. And if you don't get it from then I'll tell you. And this is the dumbest game in the world.
Okay.
N.
An N Christmas letter.
I literally said the song is the first blank.
Noel?
There.
Jillian Noel?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
That's cute.
I mean, I've never heard. I guess I've never heard of a middle name. I guess I've heard some first name Noels. That is a cool name.
Yeah, and because my grandpa's middle name is Noel.
Oh,
spelled the same, but
What
then
about
the girl
your sister?
version.
What's your sister's middle name?
Pauline, after our great grandma.
Okay.
Thanks.
And
Okay, so speaking of our middle names, but someone else's,
And,
are you familiar with? I realize like all of these players I got are Canadian, but
nice.
or Canadian teams. PK, you know PK? PK Subban?
Yep. Do you know what
Okay.
PK stands for?
Yeah, penalty kick.
Or penalty kill?
Mhm.
Duh.
Duh. Do you know his middle name?
Does it start with a K?
Nope. Starts with a P.
I thought his name was Purnell something.
Yeah, well, his middle name is something else.
It's not Purnell?
No.
Is it
If you got this, I
Pauline?
will on screen Venmo you $1,000 without looking it up.
Well, like I don't know it, obviously. Wouldn't it be funny?
Okay, it's Falzer.
Falzer.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be crazy if I did know that and you'd have to literally give me $1,000?
Are you talking to Siri right now?
I accidentally I was typing a message when you were gone, and I left the voice chat on, so it was
Our whole podcast is there.
It didn't text message.
Oh my God, you're showing a product.
This thing is like I did nothing. I did nothing to make
You
it.
were showing, so it thought you were trying to zoom in on the thing.
Oh. I don't understand.
If you don't have video, it's not funny.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
His camera automatically zooms.
This is why we can't do AI,
Yeah.
because this is what it does. Like, you have no clue what it's going to do. How do you control an AI? Fuck, I'm gonna have to do all the way back here. So
AI is out for 2025.
AI out.
Okay, Wayne Gretzky. I like this because it's not weird. It's just kind of cute, and I feel like it makes him seem.
Keith.
I like that. It's Douglas.
Oh, I should have guessed Douglas. That's what you guessed mine first. Dang it.
I know. I kind of threw an Easter egg in there for you.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Lanny McDonald of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Lanny Herschel.
Think royalty.
Lanny Prime Minister McDonald.
You're too good at this game.
Thank you.
It's King.
Oh, Lanny King. I was gonna guess that, but that was too easy. I didn't want you to give me too easy.
Yeah. You're right. Okay, last one. Gordie Howe.
Patrick.
It's the same letter as his first name. It's another G. Gordie
Jeffrey. But spelled with the G.
Gordie Geffrey.
Gordie Gunter.
Gordie Glenn Howe.
Gordie Glenn.
Isn't that kind of cute?
That is, yeah. GG's. Like, good game. GG's, baby.
Yeah, GG's, guys. And then he just thinks everyone's always talking about him.
Yes, they are. That's where it came from.
I had something else that you were talking to me about. It was something about forfeits, when a forfeit isn't a forfeit.
Yeah. So, let's bring it back to beer. Let's bring it back to beer league.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back. So, I wish my camera would bring it back to the
to a normal zoom. Can it go any closer? Because hold on, something's happening. What if you stand farther? Yeah. Now it's really far away. Okay, there we go.
Okay,
there we go.
Crazy. Yes, I'm gonna figure out the commands of this AI robot, and then for next, well, it probably won't be next week, but eventually I'll just like I did the intro. Eventually I'll get this figured out.
Yeah.
Okay.
My Christmas present.
Here's a question. When is a forfeit a forfeit?
Like technically?
Yeah.
What? When the team says we forfeit.
Okay. Perfect. So,
or if they don't show up.
So this is why this came up.
Okay.
One, we didn't talk about the tournament this past week in Greenville was incredible. 12 teams, fucking badass. I mean, just a great time, right?
Fun.
But there's a rule in our bash tournaments. If you forfeit a game, you can't qualify for the championship game. Because when we do 6-team tournaments, sometimes there's a chance where a team could lose a game, but stay in with penalty minutes or whatever, and they'd still make the championship. So we had a team forfeit, still made the championship. It pissed a lot of people off, pissed me off, because teams pay to play the games, right? So I made that a rule, and so there was a team in Greenville who was really good, and a team in Greenville who, by the way, I'm going to take the onus of screwing them over, but it wasn't actually me that screwed him over. It was another local team
Okay.
that screwed him over, and the local team wasn't in their division, but they just came to me and they said, "Hey, I know who's on this team. They're gonna wipe the floor with everybody. It's gonna be no fun." So I went to the team and I said, "Hey, this is what I'm hearing. Do you maybe want to dial it back a little bit? Maybe split the team in two, right?" And they were like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Okay, we couldn't split the team in two, but we dropped a few of the good guys." Well, then another team in the division picked up their good guys, and it was a mess, right? But
Okay.
nonetheless, so a team from Charleston was really good, came up. They're playing. The team that I told, "Hey, you know, you got to drop these guys." They had the 10 o'clock game on Friday night.
Ooh.
Then they had a 2 o'clock game on Saturday, and then an 11 o'clock game on Saturday night. Right, so they had 2 late nights. Like, oh, that's a shitty schedule. I'm like, well, I just schedule to try to give gaps in between games, and usually if someone has a problem, they come to me and we discuss it, but no one said anything, so I thought it was no big deal. He's like, "Yeah, well, we're not gonna make the championship game, so I don't know. We don't even really wanna play." Well, so they went to the other team, and they said, "Hey, we're gonna forfeit." And like, "Okay, go tell Nick." But then no one would come in and tell me. And so it's like the other team was like, "Well, I don't want it to be like we're forfeiting, but if we're not gonna play, we wanna go out and party. Like, we're out of town here." You know, so whatever.
Yeah.
It happened. The other team finally came to me and said, "Hey, we're 4-4. We're not gonna show up, whatever." But then we got to start talking about stories within friends, and this story came up. Guy had a team that they were playing for a league night, and they went to this team and they said, "Hey, we only have 4 or 5 guys that can play in this division, you know, tonight. All right. So we're gonna have to forfeit, or you can let us pick up these 3, 4, 5 guys that are here that make a team so you can have a game and then we can play the game. Is that cool? But we're coming to you at first to say, you know." And the guys were like, "Okay, yeah, cool. No big deal." Well, then the guys got beat. And then they were mad and they said, "Well, you were forfeiting. So we should still get that win in the stats."
Yeah.
And he's like, "But no, I came to you and I said, 'Hey, we can forfeit to you, or you can let us pick up these guys and then we can actually play a game.' It was one or the other. It wasn't, 'Let us pick up these guys and then we'll play them and we're forfeiting.' It wasn't one or the other." So I was just curious if anyone ever had anything like that, because I think that's shitty. And I agree with, I've had it happen to me a couple times where, you know, a team lets a team come in and play and then they get mad with the result, but they agreed on the front end. So
Yeah.
why are they mad? You know?
Well, they can be mad, but they don't have any further rights, I would say.
Well, they do have rights, because then they can go to the league and say, "Well, they played with illegal players."
Oh, well, then they should sign a contract in
But
blood.
here's the thing. The guy that told me the story is a lawyer. So when we're talking about contract,
Oh,
I mean, I don't know if it got
these
legally
guys are the
involved.
worst.
You know, actually, Greg's a really good guy. But
Greg,
nonetheless,
let's
what's up,
talk.
Greg? So I
They're
just
the
kind of
worst
curious.
because I always get trapped in my own arguments. That's why I don't like lawyers, because
And
they're
they
better
trap
at
you.
arguing than I am.
But the problem is that usually lawyers don't even argue with you. They let you argue with yourself until you box yourself in.
That's the point. That's the problem.
So
I'm
they're not
beating
arguing.
myself.
They're literally just they're just
Mhm.
literally writing and keeping them receipts.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you say something, they're like, "What about when you said this?" And
And
you're
I
like,
say, but my feelings say this and my emotions say this.
and
That's
then
more strong. That's more stronger than logic.
my heart says this and my head says this. So I actually
Yeah.
have 4 different alternative options that I can use here, and they're all different feelings. But nonetheless, so I'm just wondering if anyone ever had any of that happen,
Has
because
this
that's
happened to you?
shitty. Like, don't you think it's, you agree on the front end,
Yeah.
that's it. But
Yep.
is there ever any instance where you agree on the front end and then you can take it back? Is there any instance? That's just something for people to think
No.
about. We can talk about that. Never, ever?
Mm,
See?
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Um,
Greg,
no.
my representation, are you listening?
Let me get my lawyer on the phone.
Yeah, let's get the lawyer on the phone. Let's just, we can put that in next week.
Okay.
So anything else to talk
Let's
about?
get Greg's say. I actually want to hear, like, we should have like lawyer talk. Here's what happened in beer league and here's the drama. What would our lawyer say?
Okay.
Greg.
Yeah, we'll
Lawyer
ask.
Greg.
So yeah, well, lawyer Greg. We'll get lawyer Greg up here. So that's almost it. The only thing we
That
haven't
is
done, the only thing we haven't done,
draw.
yeah, that too.
Draw.
But we also
Oh.
haven't talked about other tournaments coming up. And
Oh yeah.
definitely
That
wanna
was
talk
supposed to be the Barabaganan.
I know. Well, we
We get to clucking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And we can't stop trucking along.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
What do we have? What are the tournaments coming up?
So what we have coming up, we have our first Puck 10 Bash, raising some money. That's
in
gonna
little town of
Bethlehem.
Bethlehem.
The first Noel.
Christmas.
So we got that coming. That's gonna be good. I think we're probably gonna raise. We could fuck around here. Could fuck around and raise 5 figures. We could. Okay. I personally, I'm not even playing. I'm not even playing in this thing. So I created because I don't play in my own team tournaments, because when you win your own team tournaments, kind of sucks. What I did is I created every team like a donation page to where they could collect money, right? But then I collected one for myself and didn't tell anyone it was a competition, and then said, hey, guess what, everyone, I want to win, and I am still raising the most money, by the way. Thank you very much.
Wow, and you get your own merch.
Up to $2,000.
Dang.
So we could raise $10,000 as a collective for our first turn, which would be massive.
Dang.
So that one's coming up. I mean, I don't really have to promote that because it's already full. Not much we can do. Next after that is going to be Lake Louise up in the mountains.
The Dex one? Oh yeah, that in Savannah, right?
Yeah. So Savannah. Yeah, Savannah's coming up. Savannah is 6 spots from being sold out. Okay. So you should come to Savannah. That's my birthday. Hey, how can I forget? My birthday. Yeah. You coming?
Did you forget my birthday?
Jillian's birthday is on the 29th of January.
You remembered it?
Yeah. I
was going to try to lie and say it already happened to make you feel bad.
No, you're not gonna.
I would never.
You're not going to catch me on any of that mess.
Okay.
So you got Jillian's birthday.
Your birthday.
My birthday actually has a tournament around it. So come to that tournament.
Dressed as a pickle.
Yeah, please come as a pickle, please.
Everyone is a pickle.
I see garlic pickle. And then we have Tampa Bay Outlaw, which the draft is tonight for that. It's a little different experience. So that's going to be tonight.
Cool.
Looking forward to that guy. Then we have Omaha, which has some spots. Let's get on this, boys.
Yeah. Omaha. Super tournament.
So Omaha is the number one. It's our first ever tournament. This is our 6th year to do this. It was our first ever tournament we ever did. The weekend that they shut everything down for COVID, I was worried I wasn't even going to get back into Canada because that's how they started shutting things down. But that was our first tournament ever. So come on out to Omaha. And it's tractor theme, because why wouldn't it be tractor theme in Omaha? You know?
That's sweet.
Yeah, it is sweet. It is sweet. And then after Omaha, we have Boston, which we just sold out at 4 teams. And we're looking to move the 2 up. And I think we're going to have to move because I already had like 4 registrations today. So we're going to have to move that up. So register for Boston so we can have a solid 6-teamer. That theme is hockey Irish whiskeys.
Oh, I was going to say like tea. Like the Boston Tea Party.
Yeah, no, we've done some cool things there, but Boston Irish, because on St. Patty's Day weekend. So
look at the Irish.
So Irish whiskey, the next one, I'm going to give you a little preview. So I can't remember what the first one was. I'd have to, let me see if I can find it really fast while we're talking. Okay. The first one, because what we do is we take these whiskeys and we make them into like
enemas.
Hockey names. So Jameson's is the whiskey.
Okay.
So now it's James Snipers. Like sniper. Okay.
Is that, yeah, so that was just like the
James Snipers.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. But it looks, I mean, it's cool. It looks like
Jack Daniels.
It's like that's not Irish whiskey though.
Oh, Irish.
Yeah, and then because it's St. Patty's Day, remember?
Of course.
And then the next one, I don't have the jersey for it just yet, but I'm going to tell you what team it is.
Okay.
Let me tell you what happened last time I drank this. I got beat up outside a bar in Boston. Kicked. Wasn't fun.
Did you deserve it?
Yeah, 3 games.
Okay.
Tully Mordew. All right, Tully Mordew.
Okay.
But the name is Toey Dew, like toe drags. A little toey on you. Get a little toey on you. Do it in Irish. So, nonetheless.
Okay.
Come to that one. And then after that, we're going to Scandinavia from Boston. Then after that, we have our bash tournaments. We got Burlington, Vermont, Virginia Beach. We got Philly, and we got Columbus. And we got a cranky baby. So good thing we're wrapping this.
I tried to mute my microphone.
Wait, are you kicking your baby right now? Shut up.
You weren't supposed to say that on camera.
Kick him. Once again, this show is brought to you by bardownsportscode.com. Lead sponsor of the show. Go check them out. Also, tuckerhockey.com. If you want to go to Czech Republic, that's who you'd go see. All right. Anything to add before we leave, Coop?
Yeah.
What?
We're going to Disney tomorrow.
You're
We are
so
co-
lucky. Yeah.
We are. She says you're lucky to go to Disney. What
I'm so
what ride are
jealous.
you looking forward to riding the most?
Roller coasters.
Which one?
The baby one.
All right, Incredicoaster says. All right. Anything else to add before we go? Before your baby has an epic meltdown. This is why we don't
It's
do live.
happening.
This is why we don't do live, folks.
See, guys, you want to hear that the whole time?
We'll get back to it. We'll get back to lives. I promise.
Yeah,
Eventually.
grab them.
When he's 8. When he's 8. All right, Jillian, say bye to everyone.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Be good or be good at it.